And a very good evening, everybody. We're back after a couple of weeks off. It's Monday night. It's a little bit after 9. It's time for this week's episode of Tea and Tops. As always, my name is Graham. I'm joined, as ever, by my good friend Jason. Jason, how are we doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. Hope everyone had a great to all the dads out there. Hope you had a great Father's Day. Yesterday was a
Indeed.
fantastic time for me. Had a great one. So glad to be back. A nice little break. Kind of needed to focus on a few things, and here we go.
Yeah, right on. I know that feeling. Yeah, good Father's Day here as well. We're out at the beach. Uh, if anyone's ever been to a beach in the north of Scotland, yeah, it was blowing a hurricane and we were getting sandblasted up and down the place. But yeah, it was good. It's good to be out and yeah, a good Father's Day. We have to give some appreciation to your T-shirt. So for those of you watching along live this evening, or indeed watching us on YouTube, you can watch back all of our episodes on YouTube. You can maybe give us a bit of the story behind the T-shirt.
Well, it came from Bert Blyleven, and apparently he hearts the fart. So he enjoys a good fart. If you go and you actually Google Bert Blyleven, farts. Apparently, he finds it a pleasant experience, and someone made him the shirt there. So my youngest daughter Daisy, who's 5, thought the shirt was hilarious and wanted me to have it. So of course I said, of course I want this shirt, and it's hilarious because she, in her mind, she said we went to Marks and Spencer and picked it up, and I was like, yeah, I sure you did.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Marks and Spencers aren't carrying that, but
So,
it's
but it was interesting. I was wearing it today, and I kept getting all these funny looks, and went, "Oh yeah, I forget what shirt I'm wearing."
oh, that's pretty great. Yeah, it's a very cool t-shirt, a very cool t-shirt. So yeah, we are live this evening. We're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tea and Tops. We're live on Facebook and YouTube as well, and of course, you can join in the conversation this evening, wherever you're watching along. You can comment on the feeds and we'll see them pop up here. And so if you've got any questions or comments as we go, feel free. Feel free to say hello. Let us know you're watching. Like I say, it shows always fun when there's lots of audience interaction. So we've obviously been off for a few weeks, so we're going to cover a little bit of news, and then we'll move into our usual segments, looking at the latest releases. We'll speak about Project 100, which is just got Topsy's usual standards slapped all over it. And we'll close out probably with a little bit of punt news as well. But yeah, let's start with some news. And something I found very interesting. This is fairly old news now, but I still think it's worthy of mentioning. So Leaf became the first trading card company to take legal action against an athlete for that athlete not fulfilling their contractual obligation to sign cards and return them so that the cards could be included in product. So obviously redemptions are kind of a big deal in the collecting sphere. So obviously cards are sent to athletes, they're asked to sign them and return them by a certain date so that the cards can be included in the product. And all too often it doesn't happen, which is why we end up with redemption cards in products. And collectors don't really like trying to get them redeemed is difficult and impossible. I've got outstanding 2 Walker Bueller autographs from 2000 and from 2020 products that still have never been redeemed, even though we've done the admin that we need to do, put the code in, wait for the redemption. It's never happened. So presumably the card's never been signed and returned. So Leaf decided they'd had enough, and they took legal action against Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. That was back on the 23rd of May. And there was much oohing and eyeing from the collecting community that a manufacturer had finally taken legal action to try and get them completed. And then 2 days later, lo and behold, all the cards turned up signed and were returned to Leaf's office, and the legal case was dropped. So it would appear that threatening to sue, or not threatening to sue, actually suing them for a completion of the cards worked. Leaf got the cards that they were due. Everyone moved on. Happy days. So kind of a watershed moment. I think Paul Lesko, who we obviously follow on Twitter, we tweet about this stuff as well, had confirmed this was the first case of its type where a trading card company had actually decided to sue a player for completion of cards. So
Well,
that's
it
quite
worked.
good.
Got his
It did,
attention.
yeah. That's the thing. It worked. In fact, Brian Gray, the owner of Leaf, tweeted out, "This is a win for hobby, a win for collectors, a win for manufacturers who are somewhat helpless when issues arise. I personally thank at CD3 for putting collectors first and fixing this." collectors, thanks for your patience. I wish I'd been able to fix it sooner. So yeah, there we go. Very public in their acknowledgement of the lawsuit. Like I say, it worked. Leaf got their cards; they can put them in their product, and that's one small victory against redemptions. And that, I think, is a good thing. I think it's one of the things I think Topps, or the new Topps, Fanatics Collectibles, whatever we're going to call them, I think it's something they're going to be quite stringent on as well. They're obviously paying huge amounts of money to MLB Players Association, to the players themselves, for the licensing of cards for the next, however long the deal was, 5 years, 10 years, I can't quite remember. I imagine they're going to be fairly tight on this as well. They know that redemptions are a bane of the hobby, and collectors really don't want to have to deal with them. So, yeah, I think we might see more of this, or perhaps they'll be encouraged, shall we say, the players to return their cards before it goes this far.
Do you think he just misplaced it? Like, oh shit, where did my 200 cards from Topps go? It's just like, gotta find those things there.
Not when they were returned 48 hours after, I'm sure, his lawyers were made aware of a lawsuit against him. So you sit for a day and you sign the cards and you overnight them back to Leaf, and lo and behold, the lawsuit goes away. So no, I don't think they were misplaced or lost or anything. He was just not doing it. So there we go. Good on Leaf, I say. Like I say, they're nobody likes pulling a redemption. Everyone would much rather have the card. So let's see how if it continues to play out. I think it probably will. Good on them. So moving on from that, then from NFL, we're moving into basketball. We're entirely off brand tonight.
We're covering everything tonight.
We are covering everything tonight. We'll be talking about Jackass cards imminently as well. There you go. There's one I'm throwing at you.
I want a Steve-O butt hair card.
Oh my goodness! Careful what you wish for. I don't know what's in that thing. So basketball, and we're so up for auction at the moment. 2020 Panini Flawless LeBron James Triple Logo Man 1/1 card is currently for sale with Golden Auctions. So back on June the 6th, this was reported that this card was a way to go into auction through Goldens. I believe it got delayed because it's only, well, it's available now, and there's still 5 days left in the auction. Now, I don't actually know how long the auction was for. I don't think it tells me very quickly. I'm not going to waste time looking it up. So I think there was some delay in actually bringing it to market. But this card is widely tipped to break the existing $6.6 million record, and it'll become the most expensive sports card ever sold. So 6.6 million was paid for a T206 Honus Wagner, which of course was the holy grail of baseball cards. And there's quite a lot of conjecture that this card will break that figure. At the minute, it's sitting at $1.8 million. Or if you add in your buyer's fee, that's $2,160,000 of your US groats, which is quite a lot. 23 bids so far. 5 days and just a shade under 6 hours left on that auction. So if you win the lottery between now and Saturday morning, and you fancy yourself a logo, a LeBron James Triple Logo Man card, then there you go. 2.1 million at the moment. I'm sure it will rise from there. What do you think? Will it break the record or not?
I don't know. LeBron's pretty popular, quite possibly. There'll be somebody bidding up there. Can you imagine actually being the person that pulled it? Could you sell it if you pulled that card? Would you just go, I've hit the lottery and sell it? Or do you mean literally, you have a $5 or $6 million card sitting in your hands? You could literally take loans off that thing forever.
Yeah. Oh no, I'd be selling it in a heartbeat. Yeah. No, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be selling it. Yeah. Not a problem.
You wouldn't regret going, all right, well, okay, I got $5 million for it, but it's gonna be worth more than that down the road. It's one of those cards that's completely.
Well, unique. I mean that's fine. I'll sit and count my 5 million while somebody else maybe makes 3 million. while somebody else makes 3 million profit on it. If you pull it right, think about it's Flawless, which is an expensive product. So if you're in that market, but then it could have come out of break. I don't know the backstory of the ticket, but.
No, I don't think they actually said where it's come from.
No, I'm sure with a bit of digging we'd be able to find out. But yeah, so I don't know if it came out of break or if somebody ripped some Flawless and got it. But but as the original owner of the card, you're going to make the biggest bang for buck over it, right? So even Flawless, which is an expensive product, if you divide the cost of the box out divided by the number of cards, you're probably still like at about $1,000 a card. But so it's maybe cost me price of the box divided by the number of cards in the box. That's the cost of that card, and I sell that for potentially $7 million. Then I've made by far the most on it. So I go from $1,000 say to $7 million. I'm quite happy at that. If somebody buys it off me for 7 and sells it in 2 years' time for 10, then they've made 3. Like, I don't care. I've still got my 7. I'm like a dog with two tails at that point. Like, I would rather make 10 deals at $100 a deal than make one deal for 900. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my kind of attitude towards it.
I mean, it's one of those things, you have it. You can sit on it for another 5 years. You wait till he retires, and then when it comes around to, Hall of Fame time, and pull it out then, and then maybe even double it more. Is it worth? That's what I was kind of going thinking about.
Oh, I would sell it now and retire now. I'd take my $7 million and I'd be off into the sunset. See ya.
Well, like I said, if it's $1,000 a pack, then yeah, you have that kind of money, you don't have to worry about it. You're not buying into that pack for $1,000.
No, yeah, you're probably not concerned. Flawless is a pretty high end product, but no, I'd be selling it. Will it beat the 6.6? I mean, we're in a pretty tough economic spot at the moment, but if you're able to play in sports cars at that value, I don't think you really mind that the price of bread's gone up by 40% in the last like however long. Your means are probably well above being affected by escalating petrol prices and stuff. So I don't know. It probably won't have quite as much of an effect, but I think a part of me would be a little bit sad if it did beat the 6.6 million. I think the T206 Honus Wagner is such an esteemed card and card collecting in general. It would be a shame if it was eclipsed. I mean, everything. I mean, it's a modern card as well. The T206 has been like the benchmark in trading card collecting for so long. So for a 2020 card, a card that's probably not even 2 years old, 3 years, definitely not 3 years old, to suddenly come in and eclipse that, I think. I mean, it would be a fair reflection on where the hobby is at the moment, and chasing the hit, and it's all about the modern shiny stuff. But yeah, I think a little part of me would be a bit not upset. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it'd be a watershed moment. Put it that way, I think.
It would be, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on there. It is a modern card. I get it. It's 3 patches of game-worn jerseys from every championship team he's been on. So I get it. It's a good way to sell your product.
It is a good way to sell your product. Yeah. So let's see. So we'll check in on that, I guess, for next week's show, and we'll find out. We'll find out the final sale price. So yeah, 6.6 is the number that we're looking at. We'll see if it goes for more of that or not. So back to baseball. We had spoken a few weeks ago that Dave & Adams, the venerable US retailer, were soon going to be opening their first store in the Netherlands. And in fact, I saw a picture from their Instagram, I think just at the weekend. They had 4 or 5 of their team flying across the Netherlands to start building out the store. So that's obviously progressing well. In the intervening period, in fact, from the 27th of May, this shows you how long it's been since we did a show. Well, our show that wasn't an interview. There you go. So the 27th of May, Topps, brought to you by Dave & Adams, which is a complicated name for a business, opened up in Cooperstown, New York, which of course every baseball fan will know Cooperstown is the home of the Baseball Hall of Fame. So Topps now have a store there, but the store is run by Dave & Adams. It's officially called Topps by Dave & Adams. So that's opened up in Cooperstown now, and they've started running breaks and stuff out there. So they're just treating it like one of their flagship retail stores. But I was personally quite surprised it had taken so long for a Topps flagship type store to open up in Cooperstown. I thought that's one of the first places they would be, considering they have stores in New York and stuff. I figured they would put Cooperstown quite high up their list, but clearly they didn't.
I think maybe it's because Cooperstown is actually a really small area, so it's probably
tiny, right?
Yeah, it's not very big at all. So I can't imagine storefronts come up very often, and if they do, they're not cheap. So you got to kind of figure.
Well, that's an excellent point I hadn't considered. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's upstate New York. It looks like a fairly nice area. I guess we can go check real estate prices after after the show. But talking to my buddy who, oh gosh, I forgot his name. The guy that makes my baseballs. He goes up every year, and he goes, you have to book a year in advance to get a hotel there or get in the
Wow.
area
Okay.
there because it's that hard. So. I would assume it's the same thing with storefronts. I would imagine it's one of these places get handed down from generation to generation, and storefronts just don't pop up. You can't build anything there. It's a, I guess you would say it's like a picturesque English countryside town village thing, kind of same idea.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's pure speculation. I've never been, so that's my best guess.
No, but what you're saying about just about the retail space becoming available, you're probably quite accurate. I just hadn't considered that at all. I can tell you it's right next to the Baseball Town Motel, which is air conditioned and has parking. There you go. I just learned that from one of the pictures.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Hutchinson Baseball Cove. That's my buddy over there. He goes there every year and he gets his ball signed in there. But yeah, you have to like book a year in advance. And of course, if it's someone big, like the year Jeter was there, like good luck. Like you're better off like finding someone's backyard to camp at.
Yeah, you're sleeping in the car like 5 miles away, right?
Assuming you can find parking.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. But then Jeter's was kind of COVID delayed and stuff, wasn't it? His inauguration, or coronation, I guess you could call it. Yeah, good old COVID. Remember that? Remember COVID? That seems like so long ago.
Hey, like I said, this weekend I went out. I felt like it was the first normal weekend in 2 years.
Yeah, dude, I'm not far behind you. Yeah, I'm not far behind you. Yeah, it was nice to be out and about. Anyway, let's move on before we disappear off down that particular rabbit hole.
Yeah, so rabbit hole another time.
Yeah. So yeah, good on David Adams. Retail seems to be booming, so good on them. Like I say, open up in the Netherlands soon. We're obviously following that. That as it grows as well. That could be a little tea and tops weekend excursion to the David Adams store. I think we should treat ourselves.
We're not going to make that big trip we want to go on. We'll have to go on the little trip.
Yeah, I like it. I like that idea. So Fanatics news now. So June the 16th, so just last week, Fanatics have named their first CEO of Fanatics Collectibles. Here I go. I'm going to fumble this entire news story. So Fanatics have brought in a gentleman called Mike Mahan, who was the former head of Dick Clark Productions. So now, if you enjoy your American television, you may well recognize the name Dick Clark Productions. Jason has a grin on. Can you think of any Dick Clark Production shows off the top of your head?
So he used to do the New Year's show.
Yeah, so they do a lot of that, a lot of the big live events, Golden Globes, AMAs, Billboard, Music Awards. And he's the former CEO of that company, and he now joins Fanatics Collectibles. So that's quite an interesting hire, somebody who's come out of media and has a very media background. And the quote is, I wish I could highlight web pages. Fanatics highlighted Mahan's work, quote, at the intersection of digital media, content creation, influencer marketing, entertainment, and finance. So actually nothing to do with pictures of men on cardboard. It's all forward-looking media. They use the words content creation, influencer marketing. Now, I suppose I should be careful because in certain spheres we could be considered influencers, and that
huge influencers.
Yeah. We are the Bahamas' most popular UK-based baseball sports trading card podcast slash live show. So of course we are. We are the trendsetter. So yeah, quite an interesting hire. Another thing that I really liked about this article was the company, again, this is a quote from, where am I quoting from? Sports Collectors Daily, I'm quoting this article from. The company says Josh Luber, who was one of the co-founders of Fanatics Collectibles, he has a fantastic job title. His job title is Chief Vision Officer of Fanatics Collectibles. I absolutely love that. That's if that's not modern horseshit summed up in one job title, Chief Vision Officer, I absolutely love it. I'm gonna update my LinkedIn job search because I want to be a chief vision officer.
Sounds
Why did I
fantastic.
mention? Yeah, so why did I mention Jackass cards earlier? So Zero Cool, which is the company that produced the Jackass trading card set, is actually owned by Fanatics.
Oh wow, okay. I actually
Yeah,
didn't
so
realize there were Jackass cards.
they genuinely are. Yes, I have 3 boxes, I think, sitting waiting to be shipped to the UK. So they'll be coming to a break near you soon. I think it was Blowout Cards had a bounty of $10,000 on the Johnny Knoxville autograph out of that set. But these things are going for like back again. This is like the gentlemen of a certain age reliving their things from their youth and getting excited by it because obviously Jackass Forever came out not long ago, but it's been like 20 years since the first Jackass, right? So it's
Hmm.
like,
Yep.
a sort of 90s, early 2000s thing. So it's right in our wheelhouse. I'll say yeah, our wheelhouse.
I've watched them all.
Um,
I'll admit it, I like them.
But to the manner, go back and watch them now. They're still flipping hilarious. I don't care what you say. You can be into your highbrow comedy. Like, I can enjoy Frasier and I can enjoy Jackass. Do you know what I mean? It's like that.
Mhm.
That's how wide my scope
It
runs.
depends on what current company I'm hanging out with.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it seems like Fanatics have their fingers into everything. They have a new CEO, this chap Mike Mahan. I think it's very interesting. He came from a TV production company, all very media, very forward looking. Um, Fanatics says that Mahan will be in charge of, quote, the long term health of the business while also maintaining the integrity of the hobby for today's collectors. So, in other words, still printing pictures of men on cardboard, but also digital men on digital cardboard.
I would say, yeah, and JPEG man.
Yeah, just JPEGs of them, yeah. So yeah, so good on Mr. Mahan. He began his career as an investment banker, and as soon as I read that, I was like, "Oh, we're all in trouble." He's an investment banker turned CEO. Like brilliant. So he's going to be fun at parties. Uh,
Oh, yeah, I'm curious. It sounds like they're really going to go down that kind of let's tap on the shoulders of our entertainment friends and produce a bunch of shit. We're gonna get like Yo MTV card, Yo MTV rap cards again. Where
Hey, you
Beverly
never
Hills
know.
90210 cards. I mean, I don't know what kids are watching these days. You get JoJo Bimon or whatever that is,
Yeah, Coco
the
Melon,
Disney
right?
star. Yeah,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Coco Melon cards or Bluey cards or something. Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna get those for the kids, get them hooked on those.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean, very obviously, they appreciate that pictures of men on cardboard are going to be forever popular. They just will be. You're never going to replace it with NFTs or anything like that. But it'll be very interesting to see what uh, what else they're going to bring to the hobby outside of NFTs, because I think, well, I mean, we're seeing with the continuing crash of crypto. But perhaps, NFTs might not be the future. Who knows? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the next big revolution is going to be, because right now it doesn't feel like NFTs is a long-term solution to it. Uh,
it was a fun ride.
it was a hell of a ride. I think I'll stick to roller coasters in the future. Uh, but yeah, interesting news. Good luck to him in his position. Like I say, I think we're starting to see a little bit of the Fanatics effect coming through. Lots of people now complimenting Tops on their customer service. Tops US, I should quantify. Actually complimenting Tops US on their customer service and how easy it is to get to speak to somebody now. And a lot of people are attributing that to the Fanatics effect and the fact that their Tops' customer support has probably been bolstered by staff from Fanatics, which would make perfect sense. It's one of the first things you should bump up, because everybody hated it. Everybody hated their customer service. So moving on
The
then to
message.
one. Oh, we have. Oh, no notifications. Well, let's blame Facebook, Laura, but it's lovely to have you with us. Uh, You can always listen to the podcast available from this Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Spotify and all your favorite podcast solutions. Or you
Good
can
to
watch
see you,
us back
Laura.
on
Thanks for
YouTube.
tuning in.
And thank you for providing me with an effortless segue. One final piece of news, and it almost blends nicely into Project 100 because it's sort of, no, it's not. It's a terrible, terrible thing. One piece of news that I think you and I are very excited for. I'm going to introduce it as friend of the show, Lauren Taylor. The information on her Tops or Tops X set has finally come out 4 days ago. She posted across her socials that her Tops set is on its way. Teased a little bit with a Julio Rodriguez rookie card in her post, so go check it on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. That's the one that she used across all of her socials. To quote, hundreds of hours of work went into this box set. I'm so excited to finally launch this beast exclusively at Tops.com on June the 28th, Wave 1. So that's interesting because it means we're going to have more than one wave, obviously. More details to come with another sneak peek card daily until June 28th. Now, that was 4 days ago, and we've not actually had any more cards released, but I think from looking at what she's been up to, she was at the Bo Jackson Celebrity Golf Tournament over the weekend, been in Chicago and stuff as well. I think took in a Cubs game. I'm not sure if she sang. I don't know if she sang the seventh inning stretch. She put on a couple of reels, I think, on Insta of her in what looked like a booth, like the announcer's booth or something at Wrigley. So I'm not sure if maybe she did the seventh inning stretch. I'd be interested to find out, but that's speculation. If anybody watched the Cubs game over the weekend, you could tell me if Lauren did the seventh inning stretch or not. So yeah, June 28th, Wave 1. So excited to see what this is going to be, what format it's going to have. If it's going to be like I guess Keith Shore did something similar last year. We had various
Keith
waves
Shore
of
had
his
his 4
cards.
waves. Yep.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's going to be similar.
Jamerson had his 151 set. That was a couple of waves there.
Yeah. Excited to see what's in store for Lauren's set. I think lots of buzz, lots of people excited about it in the US. Obviously, she's got lots of fans of her work. So yeah, I think this should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on some of it. I wonder, good chance there could be artist autographs and stuff come out of it as well. Hey, maybe if we're lucky, we might get her back on the show to answer some questions. We can certainly try.
Of course. It would be great to have Lauren back on.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's got a busy schedule this summer, but we'll see if she can make time for us again and make it a 1 hour chat instead of a 4 hour chat like last time.
That's true. Yeah. For the world's most influential baseball trading card related live web show / podcast, I'm sure she could make the time.
I'm sure, of course you will.
Yeah. So there we go. Excited for that. June the 28th, exclusively on Tops.com. And that rounds out the news.
So we had a lot to cover. It's been
I know it's been a hot minute, and we've covered half an hour of the show already. It's been a hot minute since we were on. So yeah, those were the highlights that I pulled together from the last little while. So lots of interesting things going on. But one big thing we've overlooked is Topps Project 100.
Well, we haven't overlooked it because everyone's overlooked it.
We can start with the fact that they completely screwed the first release.
Yeah. So people are starting to get cards in hand. It's supposed to have foil backgrounds on it. No one's really getting the foil there. So maybe it's the description of actual the foil cards there. People aren't really happy. Everyone's kind of like meh. It's not been a good one there. I really feel bad for the artists there because they're probably going, look, we sold a shitload of these in 2020. We sold a shitload of these in 2021, and you're going to make your money there. And you know what? I hope those guys are laughing to the bank because they're not selling those 4,000 cards. There's not even close to that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine if they put the print runs on, if they cap the print runs, then they must be flat rating the artist and saying, well, we'll pay you this amount regardless if we sell 10 of your cards or we sell, or if they sell out, 4, or maybe there's bonuses if it sells out or something. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully the artists are doing all right out of it. So the first few, I mean, the initial hype was there. The first drop was pretty decent with Ohtani. I mean, the Ohtani collecting space is getting pretty huge. It's kind of, it still lags behind like Mike Trout as far as collectors and stuff go, but the Ohtani market's pretty pretty buoyant, especially with the way the year he had last year, the way he started this year. Wander Franco was in that first drop. J-Rod was in that first drop.
Second drop.
Oh, he was second, was he?
He
Okay.
was second drop. It was him and Ichiro. Those are the only two cards I bought because it was him and Ichiro. And I had to get my Mariner cards.
Look at you with the self-control.
The FOMO. Somebody had figured out a way to see how many cards were left, and there was like 300 left, and I was like, "Oh, god damn it! Like I'm gonna kick myself if I don't get my J-Rod card." But I think to date, there's only been like 3 cards that have sold out. 4. I know the Bobby Witt sold out last week. Just not that popular. You know, I think people are just, well, one, the economy is not that great. People don't have that spare money to spare. When it costs an extra $20 at the gas station, you're really not going to go,
yeah.
I really need that Marcus Stroman card. Like, it's just not working for him. I mean, Shed Long maybe, but Marcus Stroman, you never know. I think it's just, you know, the prices of hobby boxes going up, people just don't care. Topps sucked the fun out of this set. There's no 101, there's no foil. They went to go make all the money themselves. The retail value of things at first, like the Wander card had sold out. People were getting $80 to $100 for them. They're back down to 40. I imagine they'll be down to 30 in another week or two. It's just not fair. I think it's well thought out, but I think that people really want that foil and that 101 card to chase for. Like I don't mind buying cards, and when I hit it, fantastic. But when I know I have to pay extra for it, for the AP, just don't care. And that seems to be kind of the same way there. I think the artists are doing great. I think, oh man, Andre Powers cards, because he's a poster designer for all his stuff there. I think they've been really great. Malik Roberts had some really interesting takes. Jay Dempsey cards been good. They've all been really good cards, but again, at $20 a card, finally I'm tapped out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're echoing. I'm sure you're echoing the thoughts of many collectors. Like I said, this is almost unprecedented times that we're living in. You know, like interest rates in the UK going up again, and it's like at its highest level for 20 odd years. And yeah, you know, we sort of joked about it earlier on that if you're away to buy a $7 million LeBron James card, you don't really care that, you know, it's now an extra 40 quid to fill your car with petrol than it was 6 months ago. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is a hobby. It's called the hobby, and you know, people have to divert their money elsewhere. You know, if people are having to choose between turning the heating on or having something to eat, then like you say, there's not really space in the finances there for a 5% discount on your 5 base cards for Project 100. So it doesn't surprise me that it's sort of, you know, it's being hit. I guess, you know, some players are still going to do well, but then, you know, there's an Aaron Judge in the drop this week. Weekly?
Yep,
It's weekly drop. Yeah.
It's weekly drop. Every Tuesday it comes out. So we're 3/5 of the way through the set. But yeah, there's a Judge card. There's the Wander Franco card. I think it's pretty cool.
And they're both still available. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the Bobby Witt barely sold out with like hours to go last week. So yeah, it's, you know, it's not player selection. It's just people are just tapped out. And again, Topps isn't promoting it as much as they could. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, it's their own product, and they don't just kind of go, well, we'll leave it to the artists to do things. And I don't see anything from the artists, which is fair on their part. Like, they're only doing 5 cards. Like, I'd get out as quickly as possible too.
Yeah, just in and out, right? Yeah, it's funny. You know, we've just moved on from a conversation about Fanatics and Fanatics Collectibles and their new CEO, and the fact he comes from, you know, the influencer space and the content creation space. And like you say, like the way that these projects are being marketed just doesn't seem to make any sense. You know, I think we did more promotion for Project 70 than Topps did last year. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, with having artists and stuff on, and you know, we were talking about it every week. I mean, it made fantastic content for us. Oh my God, we are content creators, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
CEO of Vision Creation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Chief Vision Officer. There we go.
Chief Vision Officer. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, why don't you send some intern? who's making $10 an hour over their place to go work with them and go and create a bunch of content for them. You know, everyone's got a freaking iPhone. Like you can do everything from your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, the two idiots like us. I mean, you're sitting in a 120-year-old toilet, and here's us doing a live stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not difficult. Yeah. I imagine these things will improve with the Fanatics effect, but yeah,
it's tough.
God,
Like
promote your stuff. Golly.
I mean, I would, you know, like I would see all this stuff on social media, and I'm seeing nothing. So maybe the artists just blasé and take their 10 grand and go, well, I sold 50 cards or I sold 3,000 cards. I'm getting paid. I don't know.
Yeah. Do we have print run details or anything for the ones that don't sell out?
Nope. They won't tell us the print runs. So I think that would have been interesting. That's the one thing I'm missing from this project. I really like to find out those print runs so we actually knew how many were there. And nope, they won't tell us. So.
Wow, that's really interesting. Really should try and get a hold of somebody from Topps.
Eventually, yes. I would love to get someone that, I don't know, maybe our contact in Topps has blanked us for a year. We got to find a new contact.
We're going to have to, yeah, we'll start chasing down the Fanatics route rather than the dude who's sweeping the warehouse in the UK. Despite what his LinkedIn profile might say, maybe we rumbled the guy,
or his Ginter card.
Or his Ginter, yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, let's not completely dox him. We've just been talking smack about him. Yeah. Well, so, I think you're right. We've not seen too much. Even the Topps online groups as they rebranded themselves. You know, the big ones that we're in, the ones that are very stringently moderated, shall we say. There's not very much, there's not much chatter about this project or about people being like super excited for a card yet or an artist yet. But I guess maybe that's the difference with this project, because it's the same artist releasing their entire block of cards, then we move on to a new group of artists, then we're not going to have that same kind of ripple effect. You know, when Ben Baller dropped his first card and everyone went nuts, or you know, Lauren's first card came out and everyone got excited by that, or you know, when Pardee first dropped. You know, we're not seeing as many of those moments because we have the same 5 artists who do their set, and then we move on to the next 5 and then the next 5. So we might still get some, as the kids would say, fire, I guess, in coming weeks. But yeah, right now it doesn't feel like they've really set the world on fire with this project. I think it's safe to say.
You're seeing more stuff on Topps now than you are on Project 100.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's more moments. You can go, all right, cool. Yali's pitch. Let's get a card from that. Cool. All right.
I was going to say, Topps now was hilarious for ages because it was just like position players pitching, and it became a bit of a meme. I'm having a quick look at what's on Topps now today. We had a cycle. Did we have a cycle recently?
We did. We had another one. Jared Walsh hit one, and we had because it's on bunt.
That's where I saw it and was like, "Oh, let's do another cycle event."
Jared Walsh and Eduardo Escobar had one, and then I can't remember who hit the first one, but yeah, Yelich. I think Christian Yelich had the first one. There we go.
He has them all the time. Yelich just hit 3 cycles, I think, and they've all been against the Reds. How crazy is that?
It tells you not to pitch to them if you're playing for the Reds.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I mean, cycles are fairly rare in general, but to have 3 is doing pretty well. But to have 3 against the same team, that's ludicrous. That's
I need to find out if he was doing it home or away, because it might be one of those things where he just hits well in the stadium. He could just hit well in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And with the Reds sucking, you can probably go 4 for 4 fairly often.
I think it was one of those factoids in between innings on MLB TV. That's where I picked that up from, because I watched a bit of a game for the first time in 8. This is almost embarrassing to say, but I watched a bit of a game for the first time in a couple of months, probably last night. I was doing a little bit of late night work. I picked up some of the late game. Watched the Grand Prix. It was a good night for sport last night. I watched the Canadian Grand Prix, and then I watched the last round of the US Open. Congratulations to the UK's very own Matt Fitzpatrick for winning that. And then I watched the late game, which was White Sox Astros, the old Sunday night baseball broadcast. I watched 2 or 3 innings of that and then toddled off to my bed. So that was the first baseball I've watched in ages.
Yeah, I'm struggling this year. Well, then it doesn't help that my Mariners are really sucking this year, and they're not as fun to watch as they were last year. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I guess like I said, we're both in the same situation. Last month's all been about the job, and so now
Yeah,
we
it
can take
has.
the
It's been work,
foot
work,
off the
work.
pedal,
Yeah,
and we can go and start doing those things again.
yeah, exactly. Right. Well, good luck to Project 100. Let's see how it. Let's see. So, how many weeks have we got left of these existing artists? We have one more
Well, a
week.
week and a half. So the
Week and a
show
half.
tomorrow will be drop 4, and then week 5, and then who knows? Maybe Tops will have some sense and be like, you know what? We should put the one-on-ones and foil back in. The rumor about it is it's because it's the fulfillment factory is struggling to actually deal with that.
Mm.
So whether it's true or not, that's what I've heard through the various social media channels. That it's just that whoever the company in Florida that fulfills all that stuff really struggles with it. So they're like, well, we'll get rid of it.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, we didn't hear too many report. I think I saw one where some guy got like 5 foils or something in
Oh,
one
that was a
order.
fake one. That was a fake one.
Was that? Oh, was that horseshit? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's sorry then.
I can't remember which one it was. Like the Griffey, and they had like 10 Griffies.
Yeah.
It
Maybe
was a
it
fake.
was. Oh well.
It was a hoax.
I can imagine it being more difficult, I suppose, when you have to just randomly assign like a gold frame or a foil when you're packing orders. I can understand why they would say that, but yeah, like I say, it's a pity because it removed a lot of the chase fun from the product and just turned it into a cash pay to play, I suppose, right?
Yeah. So, oh well.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh
said,
well.
maybe they learn a lesson. It comes back the next season, and people buy them again. But for now, the fun's gone.
But the fun's gone. Talking of the fun going, that's not fair at all. So new releases, and we've not actually missed out too much on the new release front over our little summer hiatus there. So Gypsy Queen we spoke a little bit about just before we went off. And since then, we've only had one other big release. So 2022 Topps Series 2 is out and available now. It came out last week, the week before, in its usual hobby and jumbo hobby variants. So it was actually available in the UK for a phenomenal price. So 2022 jumbos at the moment from some of the US sellers, you're looking at about $210 for a jumbo hobby box. So jumbo is like 10 packs of 48 cards, so just a shade under 500 cards in the box. Guaranteed an autograph, 2 relics, and you get 2 of the silver packs as well, which of course can have number parallels, and there's autographs can be found in those as well, but they're exceptionally difficult to hit. So $210, which today's exchange rate I think is probably about £200. This exchange rate is just absolutely savage at the moment. But they were available on Topps UK for £135, I think it was. So with your with your throwaway email address and your 10% discount, you could pick up jumbo hobby boxes of Series 2 for £117 shipped each, which is a steal. Incredible value, considering they're $210 right now in the States. So if you were lucky enough to get 1 or 2, as I did, then congratulations, because they're sold out now. And I'm entirely not surprised. If you want to get your hands on some Series 2, there are some decent cards to chase. Julio Rodriguez has autographs in it. There's more Wander Franco rookie cards because it's a 2022 release. So, of course, there'll be Wander Franco rookie cards. So you can still get hobby boxes on Topps UK, I think, for under £80, which is a pretty good price. But you're not guaranteed an autograph in a normal hobby box. Your odds are you'll end up with a single color patch card as your hit from the box. But 80 quid for 240 cards, I think it is, in a normal hobby. Not too bad. 330 card base set again for you set builders. Hello, that's me these days. 330 cards in the set. So a jumbo should pretty much cover you. But like I say, they're sold out now. So I'm sure other UK resellers will have them, but for what price, I'm not really too sure.
So the exchange rate is what? 210 was 170.
Oh, that's grim, isn't it? So what's it now? Like it's about 124 or something.
Oh gosh, yeah, but Just did the quick one look.
Oh,
Out
I
there.
thought you had it. I thought you had it at your fingertips when you gave me the math.
I do.
I do apologize.
$1 equals 81p. $1
You're doing it the wrong way around. Okay.
Okay, fine.
My God.
Excuse me for being American.
Yeah, how dare you?
Come on now, let's go. All right.
122 according to Google. So I was close. I was close on my 124. That's still terrible.
You weren't off at it.
That's still grim, but yeah. So that's it for Topps releases. We've had a Panini product out. Get a load of this. So we're talking about how good value Topps Series 2 Jumbos at £117 were for 480 cards and a guaranteed autograph. So or you could have 2022 Panini Absolute, which is about $170 in the US right now. That has a total of 20 cards in it. 2 autographs, 2 patches, and 1 numbered insert. So they're really spoiling us for $170 of photoshopped nonsense from Panini. I try not to hate on the Panini thing too much because you can some of the sets to do are actually look really good, and if you can like just squint your eyes a little bit and get past the photoshopping and the removing of the logos and stuff, like they do some pretty nice looking cards. But and they're often like really good value. You can pick up like 5 autographs in boxes for like 120 quid and stuff, but it's stickers and it's unlicensed, but they're still pretty cool. But yeah, 170 for 20 cards or a couple autographs, like behave yourself. What's coming up next? Well, we have Stadium Club coming, and of course, everybody loves Stadium Club. Yeah. So at the minute, $180 a box they're pre-selling for in the US. So we could probably expect maybe 135, 140 here in the UK, perhaps. 16 packs in a box, 8 cards per pack, so not quite full hobby size, but still pretty good. 2 guaranteed on-card autographs per box, which is really nice. And of course, if you like Stadium Club, if you know Stadium Club, the one set of the year where they really focus on the photography, so it's not just the sort of standard,
catching,
shot
hitting, pitching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or it's not like a headshot like you get on Heritage or anything like that. It's like usually some pretty cool photography. Really good set for the set builders among us because it's not a big chase product. Outside of the 2 autographs, like you'll get I'm sure we'll have the usual like red foils and black foils, which are limited numbers, but it's not really a chase product. It's more of a kind of set building product. Like so, there's the autographs to chase. I'm sure there'll be some good ones. No sign of the checklist yet, so we can expect the price to fluctuate a little bit once the checklist comes out. But that's the next release up, and that's coming out. I didn't put it in my notes, but it's the first week in July, I think, around about the 6th of July. So not actually any more releases in June, which is kind of mad because we're getting into like the height of baseball season. We're ready to hit the dog days of summer. Usually the releases are coming thick and fast. Interestingly enough, the sell sheet for Stadium Club said that it was coming in June of 2022, and it's actually going to be the first week in July. So whether or not we're back into supply chain issues again that are affecting the pace of release, can't rule it out. Try to get
I think that's exactly what it is.
Supply chain is just crazy right now. Yeah. So yeah, look out for that one. Early July. Stadium Club's really cool. I prefer the normal Stadium Club over Chrome. I'm sure there'll be a Chrome variant that comes out later in the year, but that's the next release up, but not for a couple of weeks yet. Like I say, I think the first week in July.
Just in time for the 4th of July.
4th of July is a Monday, right?
It is on a Monday this year, yeah.
Yeah, so I was right. It'll be the 6th of July then, which is the Wednesday. That'll be the release date for it.
There we go. There you go. You have celebrated, America for a couple of days there, and then recover and be in time for that.
Recover and then get your Stadium Club baseball cards right on. So yeah, we can round out the show then with a little bit of Topps bunt. So we've both been on bunt. I think we're all tired of bunt.
tired of bunt. The Heritage event, we tried to pull our European players and get the 32 cards plus the additional 4 or 5 with the relic card. We did not come close, so they were 8 cards short this time. But there wasn't as nearly as many people doing it this year or this time. Definitely didn't feel like there was a need. I guess with the Otani chase card, yes. With a Pete Alonso card, I wasn't that
Yeah.
excited either. So, um,
Oh, we're hating on the Mets fans.
well, it's Otani. It's over.
Yeah, we spoke about this already about the Otani collectors market, which is just as buoyant on Bunt as it is in the real world, which is I still find kind of amusing. But
yeah,
the
like I
problem,
said, if you're a Alonso fan, that's great. Like, I think the bat that Gregory sifted from was awesome. He's a great power hitter, but I'm not getting excited to go. Okay, well, I really want his card, whereas everyone was traded away so they can get the Otani card. But yeah, I'm glad to see Heritage done. I realize I really don't like their cards.
yeah, it was
um,
a good event though. Like the event itself was pretty fun. Um, it did maybe drag on a little bit. Not as long as tribute, because you can obviously still do the tribute crafting event as well for 50 of your uncommons. But they've been very clever in running that alongside Heritage, because
mhm.
obviously you're generating tons and tons and tons of duplicates in Heritage with grinding this event out. You could complete that event every hour if you wanted
Yeah.
to. So you obviously the number of uncommon base cards you're going to have are off the chains. To craft 50 of them out for craft exclusive tribute, I think was actually pretty smart. You can run these
Yeah,
two things at
exactly.
the same time.
I locked a couple cards right off the bat. One being Jared Kelenic, just because I wanted to see what it is, and every Wander Franco card. So I ended up with over about 45 of those cards over that 3-week event. So, um,
Golly, well,
wow, oh gosh, I spend too much time in the trade chat, and every person wants to grab every kind of extra Mike Trout or Acuna or Wander Franco card in every trade.
mm.
And if you don't lock it away, then you know. I just got tired of it. So, but yeah, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I was gonna look. I actually kept track of how many trades I did. Let's see if I can dig
Oh
this
my
up.
goodness, I imagine this is going to be an interesting number.
So I took a screenshot to see how many trades I started at, and we'll see if I can if how many I did. But I wasn't
This is
quite as
this is going to be
trade
fun
heavy.
watching you. This is going to be fun watching you do maths live on stream. It
No,
took us
no,
three.
no, no,
It
no.
took us 3 attempts to do a US to pounds conversion there. So yeah, this will be great content.
I think I did about 600 trades over 3
Also,
weeks.
wow, that's still crazy. But that's not as many as you reckon you did for
The first time
for
around,
series
definitely the
one.
first time
Yeah.
around. Because the first time around, I was able to get all the Inception cards, all the 87 cards. Um, I'm trying to think. I traded. I didn't. We were talking before the show. Like I gained 6 million coins over these two events, so I was
Mm,
basically getting 1 million coins a week from everything
that's
there. So
insane. Yeah.
and that was like I bought a bunch of 87. I opened up a few packs of tribute, but otherwise, like I didn't spend any money on anything. So um,
So I
so
decided
yeah,
to do
I
big.
traded away.
Yeah, so I decided to do big league alongside the heritage event, and of course the physical series event as well. And of course, the physical series event you could either buy, like to complete the last leg of it, you could either buy 10 packs or you could buy one top 100 pack.
Hmm.
But like, I was so nonplussed by the top 100 because I've completed the gold set, which is what I was going for now. That every time I wanted to complete that event, I just opened 10 packs of big league at 5,000 a pack, and then of course
Right.
once you complete the event and restart it, the first step of that is to open 5 packs or spin the wheel. So I would just go and open another 5 packs. So basically, every time I completed the physical series, I was opening 15 packs of big league at 5,000 a pack, which is why
Yeah.
I burnt through $1.2 million or dollars,
Coins.
1.2
Yeah.
million coins, I should say,
For three
uh,
physical cards.
for 3 physical cards. I know it's ridiculous.
Oh well.
Uh, the big league was kind of fun. I didn't get as much of it finished as I wanted to. I wanted to complete more of the sets, but the last sort of 4 days of big league being available was when I was getting particularly hammered with the old 9 to 5. So I wasn't able to dedicate quite as much time to it as I wanted to, and I was trying to enjoy my evenings rather than just
Crafting
sit in front
away
of my computer all night. Yeah,
full time.
exactly. Yeah, actually try and see my family. Do you know what I mean? So.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, so I missed out in the last 4 days, and before I realized what had happened, Big League had gone out the store, and I got my awards for completing the base set, and I think I completed one of the parallel sets or something. So I got that. I got a couple of rewards at a big league, but it was pretty fun. But now I'm back to, just I guess the engine is idling. It would be the best analogy I can give. So I check in every day, at least once a day, to claim my mystery boxes, get my 7,000 coins, make my 3 spins, get my daily reward token, and then I'll go through and try and do the rest of the daily missions. And so that's why you get random trades off of me at stupid times of the day, either because I've got up early or I'm still up late. So yeah, back in a bit of a holding pattern with Bunt until we see what comes out next.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Tournament goes till Friday, and then we don't know what's coming out yet. Topps has been really good about actually. Well, I don't know if they've been really good or I just never noticed it until I've really started playing the last month and a half, where they actually tell you what's coming up. So we know that they came out with Platinum last week, which I didn't think was that great, but it's a
meh. Was your official assessment?
Meh.
Meh.
Well, if I'm going to spend my coins on, I think I enjoy cards that are actually the physical card. So if I like it, I can actually go buy it. Whereas the Platinum didn't really impress me. It was kind of a money grab by Topps. And
Platinum Platinum is a set, but it's just delayed.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, there is a Topps Platinum, but I don't think it's coming. I'll check the release calendar just in a second.
But yeah,
Color Splash is out today, by the way. There you go.
Yeah, I would say Color Splash. Is that a set?
No, it might be an insert set. So very cleverly, some of the sets they bring out on Bunt are based on insert sets from physical products. So Color Splash might be an insert set in a product. I'm not too sure, but
so I was looking at Color Splash. I think the super rares and iconic cards are really cool, but the base cards are that great. So I wasn't really going to chase that one there, but but I think the iconic cards are super cool. I would love to get one of those, but it's not worth the coins to go chase after those. But yeah, and then Bowman's out. Everyone goes crazy for Bowman.
Everybody loves Bowman. Yeah.
It's crazy how many people. I look at the numbers for Bowman and like, God, everyone's buying Bowman. So
I may have slightly missold or misrepresented. So it was actually a product called 2021 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary, which should have come out. Is now currently scheduled for release on the 29th of June. So that's a week on Wednesday. I don't know how the heck I missed that when I was doing my review of what's coming out in the next little while, but that's according to Blowout Cards. It's due on the 29th of June.
There you go.
$200 for a box. Get that right. Do the maths on this real quick. $200 a box, 96 cards in a box, and there's a 700 card base set.
Oh God!
So you're looking at, with 0 duplicates, you'd need to spend $1,600 basically, to get a base set.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, some people will, have that kind of money to go do that. I'm not one of those people.
Oh, I tell you what, they're pretty good looking cards.
But there you go.
Sarah's London jersey. Yeah, look at me. Like, to use a very British expression, I feel like a full kit wanker tonight because I've got the Colorado City Connect hat on and the Colorado City Connect jersey. So yeah, I've gone. I'm what I would pleasantly say doing a Jason, because you usually match your hat and your top together.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, and as an American, I think you can carry that off. As a Brit, like I say, I feel like I'm wearing the Chelsea top with the Chelsea shorts and the Chelsea socks and going out in public. It's a bit.
I get the same look.
Thank you, Sarah.
On a Wednesday night when I play basketball, I get the same looks in my full Sonics outfit and warm up. Well, I don't care. Don't care one bit.
No, I don't. No, I don't particularly give a shit either, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, I thought it would be an amusing parallel to pool. It's I don't. Yeah, even with like my Yankees jersey, my Yankees hat, I don't know if I've done that, but except like going to baseball games and stuff. Obviously, when we're traveling to baseball games in the UK and stuff, we do that. But yeah, not so much out in public. This is fresh out of the packet, actually. So there you
go. Sarah's on fire today.
It's good green. Yeah, man. Boy, I think Yeah, it's green pants are wearing with this, isn't it? Yeah. No, not quite gone that far. Green
But your
baseball pants
birthday's
would be a
coming up, so
sight, but my birthday's coming up. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit away, a few months yet, but
by the time we track them down, and then you can have them, then you can really go full kit wanker.
then I really could go full kit wanker. Yeah, yeah. I bet the socks for this set are fire as well.
See,
if
you have the socks yet? Did you not buy the
no,
socks?
no, I didn't buy the socks. But so yeah, if they were like green socks with the same kind of blending into white with the mountaintops, those would be some pretty cool socks. I bet Stance are all over that with the City Connect socks. But
Well, I'm gonna look after the show now.
well, we can look after the show. Yeah. City Connect. I mean, I know it's not really what we normally do, but I think City Connect's been actually kind of a cool set.
You know what? This year's products have been fantastic. I don't think there's one I don't like. I think it's a tough one. Like the first year, oh man, it's a new product. And I'm traditionalist, so I don't like to see change. And
they came out hard with the yellow Boston jersey as well, and everyone was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
And it took a while for people to get on board with the concept, but they had white pants on the other day. It looked better than the green. I think you're probably right. I think white would look good with this, but
either way. But yeah, I think it was such a shock to the system. But I mean, like the Giants one's terrible. The Giants fog thing is horrible.
Yeah, the Giants one isn't great. Wrigleyville was okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's like I said, you really want to come out and do something different. Like I get the Wrigleyville thing there.
What it looked like, it looked like a knockoff jersey you would buy from outside the stadium. That's what it looked like. It brought back memories of like the t-shirt stalls and stuff we walked past when we went to Wrigley. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get the vibe.
But then like the Marlins, the Marlin was fantastic. I
Marlin
preferred they would
phenomenal.
leaned hard into the teal, but I like that. So I'm looking forward to it. And then we talked before the show. The Brewers one, oh, man, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. Like I think we both agree that the baseball barbecue is probably the coolest thing that's come out of the Brewers one so far. Angels one, I'm not really on board with that either. It just feels like a throwback jersey. It doesn't really feel like.
So you have to understand a bit of California culture on there. So like the font they use was used at the beaches, and so if you actually go read the breakdown of everything on there, it's a really good tie-in with everything California. So like you said, it is definitely a vintage jersey, but there's a lot more ties into it than you thought to it. And I they did the research on that one, and I think it turned out all right. Safe, I think, but all right.
It's safe, yeah. You can make the same argument about the Brewers one because again, they've like hidden the 414, for the dialing code, like in the logo and stuff like that. I think once you understand the nuance, you might appreciate the design a little bit more. Like I still don't like it. I still wouldn't buy it.
I mean, I like the stripes and everything. It's supposed to be a beer in the head of the beer, and like that.
That's quite good. There's some nice touches, but yeah, I wouldn't drop £110 on the jersey. Put it that way. If you happen to be shopping for them in the UK, you can, like, they're quite easy to come by in the UK. Either MLB, I think I got this one from MLB Europe store, or you can check Fanatics International, which is kind of the same thing, but you get better deals on MLB Europe than you do on Fanatics International, even though it's the same company. And you can buy these from JD Sports as well, which I think is quite an interesting tie-up. In fact, you can still buy the Marlins jersey and the Boston jersey from JD Sports, I think, for about 90 quid, which is cheaper than MLB were selling them. So.
Yeah, and the hats. You can get last year's hats out now. Yeah, this year's hats sell out and they come back, but like they had all of last year's hat. I was able to get the Boston one, which I actually really like. So
yeah, I've grown an appreciation for the Kansas City Connect hat as well. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, I like the tie-in with the fountains there. So although it kills me because they have the all blue one that I bought, and they have the blue top and the light blue bill, which I actually like better.
Oh, okay.
I like the contrasting colors on there. So. I'll have to go find out if they sell those or not. But yeah, either way, I thought it was pretty cool. So what Padres come out in a week or two, and that's the last one of the year.
Have we seen any sneaks of it yet?
I think I saw the socks, and they have palm trees on it. It kind of has like the sunset and the palm trees on it, but that might be something I dreamed about too. No. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's like a palm tree, and it's got like pinks and yellows, and I think there's been a reveal for that one. or at least there was a sneak preview of that one or something like that. But
that'll be interesting. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of you're gonna have to stretch your memory to this. King Saladin's Fernando Tatis card. If you can kind of imagine his style with palm trees and like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it kind of. When I first saw that, I went, okay, all right, I can see that.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Should give a shout out to sportslogos.net, who obviously were the first ones to release that. So go follow them on socials or something if you're interested in the Sit Connect stuff, because they usually announce that stuff ahead of everyone. Every time I've seen a drop, I've seen them with it. Like maybe
Chris Creamer is awesome. He's the guy that runs
Yeah.
the sports logos thing there. He's a really cool guy. Maybe we can get on the show, but he was with Todd Radium this weekend. They were both in Toronto hanging out, which was pretty awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah.
You know,
cool.
you're talking about the premier guy who does sports logos, hanging out with the guy that documents every sports logo. I mean, be a fly in the wall in the conversation would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah. We should speak to the guys at Brandios as well and try and get them on. Anyway, we're into production notes now, and we're still doing the show.
We'll have to watch this back. What did we talk about again?
That's it. Yeah. We'll add in a new City Connect featurette every week as well. But it's not regular enough to make every week, but yeah, still a fun thing to cover. So yeah, I think that pretty much rounds us out for this week. We've once again managed to fill our hour. So that's always a relief when I see that clock tick past 10. We've managed to complete the show, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, we're looking to get back into obviously getting this more regular. We did have a couple of weeks off. Like I said, demands have been fairly rough in the personal lives for both of us. I know that. So yeah, hopefully back to regular scheduled programming. What I can say for certain is that we'll get this episode out on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. UK as a podcast on Spotify or wherever you like to pick up your podcast from. If you happen to use a podcast provider and you don't see us on there, please let us know, because as far as we know, they are, it gets distributed wherever you pick up your podcasts. So yeah, let us know if you can't find us. And all being well, we will be back next Monday live at 9 p.m. UK once again. But until then, Jason, thanks very much for joining us again this week.
As always, and everyone, have a good one. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. And we have a Home Run X coming up. We'll have to talk about Home Run X this year as well.
We will have to talk about Home Run Derby X. That's a good point. I need to go and learn about what it is, because I haven't paid any attention to it.
That's all right. As I said, if we're going to cover something off topic, well, we might as well cover out Home Run X that's coming up.
We might as well. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Why not indeed?
Well, there'll be top now cards for it. There will be.
There will be. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, we'll try and sneak in the background of one with our soon-to-be released Tea and Tops merchandise. More details on that soon. But yeah, until then, have a great week. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. I will see you soon.
All right. Bye, guys.